Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. What the holistic human performance community has turned into is something beyond words. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you. And I wanted to talk about what the community is all about. And really, it just started with me going through a really low time in life, where I did not have my health as a 2-time cancer survivor. And I really leaned into holistic health, that lifestyle, changing everything about it. Really taking a deep dive into energy medicine and spirituality and combining all of these different aspects of mind, body, and soul together that helped me heal on a deep level. And now I am following out my soul's mission and purpose and bringing this to you all. And so I want to invite you inside of the holistic human performance community. We have an app, which is the HHP app on Apple and Google Play, which you can also get all of these goodies on the desktop as well. And really what you're going to find inside of this community, I call it the Virtual Wellness Center. It's going to be all about holistic health, spirituality, energetics, all different practices, tools, modalities. So we have things like sound bath meditations, we have breath work, we have tapping series, we have workouts, we have somatic healing, we have masterclass series, we have programs. I have other professionals come on inside of the app to teach. So there's so many cool things you get inside of this community. And so I wanted to give this to you all as a membership. And what you're getting is a monthly membership where you have 300 plus on-demand videos, plus live stream classes and programs and courses. You're literally getting all of these incredible tools to take with you wherever, whenever you need. And so for $33 per month, you get access to this. Or you can do annual, which is $320 for the year. You're getting all of this inside of the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. And not only that, you could try it out for 1 week free and cancel whenever you want. So these are things that are going to help reprogram your subconscious mind, you regulate your nervous system, keep you healthy and navigating life with full life force energy, and really helping you to express yourself authentically while also enhancing your health and your well-being so that you can find and follow your soul's mission and purpose. So I invite you inside of this community. It is so beautiful and juicy. And not to mention, we have a whole section inside of the app where it is a community forum so we can chat with each other and talk about our wins, what we're going through, and so much more. And I don't know if I mentioned, if you are a one-on-one coaching client, you get full access to the entire Virtual Wellness Center membership. So I invite you inside of the HHP community. Again, you can get your week free trial on Apple or Google Play or right on your desktop at holistichumanperformance.co. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale, and today we got a solo episode with your girl. I am really excited about this episode because it was literally just a download that I got and got very fired up about it. So here we are. It's a channeled message, and it's also part of my background of where I actually started in the health and wellness industry. My background is in health, fitness, sport performance, and nutrition. So today, what we are going to discuss is redefining health, the power of spiritual health and fitness. And I am so excited to talk about this because it is my first passion. And being in shape and being fit and feeling good is like number one for me. I love going to the gym. I love sprinting. I love being active. Yes. Did I grow up that way? It was absolutely ingrained in me because my parents are also entrepreneurs and they've been doing this for a damn long time. So I grew up in a family fitness business, thought I was going to be doing that for the rest of my life. However, things have shifted. And so once number one, for those of you who are new, maybe you haven't heard my story, you could check that out in um, past episodes. But being a two-time cancer survivor, like it was just instilled in me, like eat healthy, be fit. This is like a preventative measure for you, especially with what I've gone through. There's so much research on the why to be it's foundationals of health and well-being. Fitness, food, sleep, those are the foundations. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So once I started to, obviously I had a really I've had low dark moments in my life. Haven't we all? And this is where I lost my health and I kind of was like, wait, I eat healthy. I'm fit. I was an athlete, collegiate athlete at that. What's going on? And this was my when I was dealing with my second bout of cancer, which ended up being thyroid cancer. Now, I said to myself, what's going on here? So when I started to just investigate and learn more about energy medicine and the power of spirituality and how that actually and emotional intelligence, of course, how that plays a role on your physical health. I mean, it's outstanding to have learned that. And I'm happy that I stumbled upon that because it changed everything for me. I realized that I was living in chronic fight or flight survival mode unconsciously, not even knowing. I've always been a very happy person, but this again was such a subconscious thing because I was unknowingly living in fear of another cancer reoccurrence and trauma that was just lodged and stuck into my body, my physical body. Your fascia is this spider web that has memory. Think of it as saran wrap over our muscles and like our whole system. And it's like the first line of defense when any intruder, and this is including emotional toxicity, trauma, stress to the body, your first line of defense is your fascial system, and it can get caught in that fascial system. And it creates memories. It holds on to memories. So if you're not actively doing the inner work as a preventative measure as you go throughout life, like this is a lifestyle, like it's a way of living, it's a way of being. And if you're not actively working on that, then you get to a point where we call them the tower moments and your whole life crumbles. Your health declines, your relationships decline, your life literally starts to fall apart because you're not paying attention to the cues. You're not paying attention to the signs. You're not paying attention to your intuition, your spiritual muscle. And this is where it all is connected to energy. And again, my core messaging, my core teachings is based around these five buckets: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Energetic ties all of these buckets together. Now, spirituality, which a lot of people get this confused, and I spoke about this in I think it was episode 115 or 116, excuse me, where Spirituality is innate within us. It is a belief in something greater. This is what religion is built off of. This is the foundation of religion. Now, religion was made by the people for the people, and some religions use fear mongering and God fearing as a control tactic. Okay. And a lot of people have that innate, they're just like brought up like that and they're brainwashed and they don't know anything else. And so when you hear, oh, this person's very spiritual or spirituality, and they automatically assume that like oracle cards and like tarot cards and mediums and psychics are like affiliated with the devil. That could not be further from the truth. And so when I speak about spirituality, I'm not speaking about religion. That's not what I'm getting at here. Spirituality is just the spirit of us. It is the belief that something's greater, so that when you are going through really adverse times in life, really dark times, you lean onto that belief that there is something greater, there is something happening on such a bigger level that you don't know what, but you trust and you have faith and you know that you're always supported. That's spirituality. And knowing that these preventative measures keep you healthy. And leaning into training that spiritual muscle, your intuitive muscle, right? Your gut feeling, whatever you want to call it, is so pivotal when it comes to our physical health. Because at the end of the day, you need to have a bigger why than wanting to lose weight because you want to be skinny, right? You have to have a bigger why. For me, health is number one. And again, I experienced that at a young age. So that's my motivation, and creating generational health and wealth for my future lineage and generations to come, healing ancestral cycles and trauma. Like, that's where I'm the cycle breaker at this point. I am, what you want to call the black sheep. I don't care. I combine the those buckets together, especially that physical aspect with the spiritual health, because if you don't love yourself just innately, forget moving, forget trying to get healthy. If you innately don't love yourself, you will never get to a point of true wholeness and health, because the root of the energy is coming from lack of self-love, lack of self-esteem. And I speak to a lot of my clients about this, where they come to me and their initial goal is maybe weight loss. But then we dig a little bit deeper, and when we look at weight, like just being overweight in general, the energetic meaning is protecting yourself, shielding yourself. What are you shielding yourself from? What are you protecting yourself from? Right? And eating your feelings away potentially. What's your resistance to going to the gym? What's your resistance to getting healthy? Where did you pick that up along the way, and why? And that is what I'm here to help you with. It's uncover that. Once you start to unravel that, you you will make it happen. Like, you are gonna say to yourself, I get to go to the gym. I get to feel good. I get to nourish my body. I get to fuel my soul. That is, the bigger picture of the why. Like, what is your why when it comes to getting physically fit? And I see it all the time where people will come to me, I'm doing all the things I don't understand. Like, why can't I lose weight? Why am I feeling so sluggish and out of shape, and just I can't get myself to go to the gym. I'm getting anxiety before I do this or before I do that. Okay, we need to peel back the layers here, because there is an energetic root cause and emotional root cause to this. We start to peel back the layers. Oh, my mom would force me to go to the gym with her because I was overweight growing up. Or my mom made me go to, and again, I'm just using these as an example, but my mom made me go to Weight Watchers and do all these different trendy diets with her because she was going on her weight loss journey and she wanted me to be quote unquote healthy with her. That will really cause a lot of stress and trauma on a child, especially to witness a parent or caregiver do that and then kind of force you to do it with them. And then you develop this feeling of, in order to be healthy, I need to either diet or starve myself. I literally was talking to a client the other day and he was really fixated on the fact that my weight hasn't changed and all this stuff. And I'm like, let's pump the brakes. I do not like, we're not even going to weigh yourself at this point because you're getting too caught up with a number that literally doesn't even matter because at the end of the day, your tissues could be changing. You could actually be gaining more lean muscle tissue and losing fat. So your weight could just stay, but your tissues are changing. And he's like, oh, you have a solid point. And also, I was like, are you like, what's the energy behind you going to the gym or the energy behind you eating good food and taking proper supplementation and herbs? Like, what is the energetic meaning behind it? And we peeled back layers where he's like, I'm doing so much and he's getting overwhelmed. I'm like, we need to lessen the load here. It doing more sometimes will actually do you way more harm than anything. This is why I do what I do because I help people set up themselves for success where it's one step at a time. We habit stack one habit at a time. And then over time, it becomes a compounding effect where it becomes a lifestyle. And then the other aspect to this is, we live with the cycles of the season. We live with the cycles of life. And that means we need to adjust to our energy levels. We need to adjust to what we're fueling our bodies with. It's not just about the fitness and nutrition that makes you healthy, it's your energy and your spiritual health behind it. What is your soul yearning? And what are you neglecting to give it? What are you neglecting your body, right? What are the signs and the symptoms that you are feeling and completely ignoring? Okay. It's so important to invest in the self. Um, and when you invest in yourself and work with someone, a coach, a healer, a mentor, whatever it may be, when you invest in yourself, you then get somebody else's outlook, who obviously is pure intention and they have pure intentions, and you can get a mirror reflected back to you, and maybe you're self-sabotaging, you're getting in your head, your ego's getting in the way, and this person is telling you, wow, like your energy is so different, you're like looking, you're glowing, like you look great, and you're like, oh, it like you're really just self-sabotaging. I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough. And you're getting a different perspective of somebody else, so that can help you get out of your head and really listen to what your soul and yourself is trying to relate to you. Um, and again, like invest in yourself. I hear it all the time where, I will have people tell me what they need, but then they'll be like, oh, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if I can invest in myself. Like, and then on the flip side, I have other people who will invest 6 months ahead of time because they know they need it. So again, you have to really put yourself first. You have to invest in yourself because that is the only way you will create change in your life. We get in our way too often, and it can really cause you to self-sabotage and just continue on the same cycle, the same hamster wheel, and you're saying the same thing to me a year later. And it's like, okay, well, we had this conversation. What have you changed? Nothing. When there's never like truly a good time to invest in yourself and invest in your health. You really need to reevaluate your entire life and your entire lifestyle and say, okay, I could really not be doing this and invest in this. It is so important, especially if you want to change your entire life. Like, you have to start somewhere, and it's way too overwhelming to do it on your own and do it all at once because you get in your own way and you think you know and you don't. I've had clients where we're doing certain movements and exercises and they'll have like an energetic release and like start crying. I've had people cry in sessions and it's an amazing thing because I know exactly what's going on. It's like, wow, you just moved energy out of your body. That's amazing. And there sometimes the client is like, what just happened? Like, I don't even know. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, good job. You just moved energy out of your body. So it also takes into account of like having the right individual to work with to get you to that point. It's not, sure, we could start with the bucket of physicality and fitness, but again, it's not just that. If you're only going to the gym 3 times a week and you're not changing anything out else about your life, good luck. You're going to continue on the same hamster wheel, on the same yo-yo merry-go-round, and you will not see results. You might see some, but if you're not changing anything else about your lifestyle, the way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you fuel your body, the way that you fuel your soul, you're going to be doing the same run around. And that's the truth. So when I talk about redefining health, this is not just about fitness and nutrition and sleep. It goes so much deeper than that. There's some people where we talk about how they either have like insomnia or they don't get good sleep. Why? Why don't you get good sleep? Let's look at your habits and let's look at the energetic meaning behind why you have insomnia. It's so much to unravel that once you actually have that aha moment, something shifts in you. Some energy shifts in you and you will never be the same again because this is a way of life. This is a lifestyle change. This is for some just so much bigger. It's for you, it's for your future families. Like, I know I stay physically fit because of my children, right? Like, I am pregnant right now. Like, I do this for my child. I do this for my family. I do this because it makes me feel freaking amazing. And I have so much confidence after I like strength train and like maybe I'll go to like a yoga session and I'll have a really good conversation with somebody after class or maybe, it's endless. So this is the real aspect of health. It's wholeness. It's so many different components that one cannot even fathom if you do not have the background or knowledge in it. And that's why I always implore people, if you're telling me what you need, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't go the cheaper route where you're investing in someone who doesn't care, honestly, and doesn't have pure intentions and isn't holding you accountable and isn't answering your questions and isn't supporting you in the way that you need. And you will know, you will have an intuitive feeling. Don't ignore that feeling. So, redefining health is really connected and all about spiritual health and the deeper meaning of why you want to get healthy in the first place. For me, it's longevity. It's living a healthy, long, beautiful life where if I want to go hiking, I'm going to go hiking. If I want to go kayaking, I'm going to go kayaking. I can crawl around with my child. I can run. I can sprint. I can jump. These are all the things that are so important to me. If I want to go play golf, I'm going to go play golf, right? So being able to do these things that just light you up, that make you feel good, that fuel your soul, that is what redefining health is. So, I hope you took some gems away from this episode, totally channeled. And if you need extra help, I got you. Um, Go check out coaching, healing options. on holistichumanperformance.co/coaching. I also have all of the goodies inside of the Holistic Human Performance app: strength training, workouts, mobility flows, yoga flows, breath work, sound healing, affirmations, tapping, programs. I have Metaphysics Your Health course. I have a 4-week nervous system reset program. It is packed with all of these components I just told you about on a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and energetic level that actually redefine your health and for future generations to come. So go check it out. You get a 5-day free trial. I also have something called the Spiritual School, which is starting on March 24th. It's a 5-week masterclass series and eventually will be packaged up as a course. So if you want to get in live and ask me real-time questions, like get in there, we are going in on the entire aspect and bucket of spiritual health, spiritual wellness, what spirituality means, the neuroscience of spirituality, why it's so important, how you can integrate this into your life, why it plays a role on your energy and your health, and so much more. So, at the end of this 5 weeks, you will be able to actually train your intuitive muscle and you will be able to recognize some soul gifts that you were unaware of before and be able to integrate it into your life. And potentially, if you are looking to create a business, maybe a spiritual business, or if you're an entrepreneur, you can apply this as well. It is fantastic, and I'm so excited about it. So you could check that out also in the program section. Again, I will leave all of the links in the description box. I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Please leave a review. I love hearing from you all. I love hearing your questions. If you have any topics you want to hear about, go leave a review. Go let us know what you want to hear. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.